Hi, my name is Kerrigan. I was only diagnosed 3 years ago with Alkaptonuria. When I was 12, my dad died, and my mother, who was from Northern Ireland, moved me and my brother back to Northern Ireland, where she's from. The climate, wasn't great and didn't agree with me, and I was kind of getting lots of colds and aches and pains, and had a lot of what I would have called like growing pains. One day my back was so sore, I was just in agony, and I went to the doctor, who said, well, you've probably heard it, and I was given painkillers, and that went on for a few years. Then I was made redundant when I was like 32 and went back to be a full-time student. And so I went from being very active in retail, running around in a store, to sitting and studying, and my back completely seized. I was flat on the ground in agony, so much pain. There was an ad in the paper that I could go see a chiropractor for free assessment. So I went, and he took an x-ray and told me I had severe osteoarthritis of my lower spine, and also that this was very unusual for someone my age. So I was completely shocked, and I thought, this can't be right, and asked him, how could I have got this? And there were no answers. So I went back to my GP and demanded to be sent for an x-ray, which she did, and it confirmed it that this was what I had, severe osteoarthritis. I said, well, aren't we going to find out why this happened or how? And she said, well, no, we don't do that. So that was it. End of story. My second year at university, I got really ill, and it turned out that I had a very overactive thyroid, which had, come out of the blue. I lost loads of weight. I was like hyper running around, and my eyes popped out, and it was pretty extreme. So by the time I was diagnosed, I was incredibly overactive, and I ended up taking a year out of university. So apart from the sore back at this stage, my knees were really bad. And on occasion my shoulders, and I just thought, oh, must be old age. Didn't know what was going on, but came back and got some x-rays done of my knees in particular, because I found when I tried to kneel down it was very painful and sore. Had the knees x-rayed in Belfast, and they said there was nothing wrong with them, but every now and again after that I could be just walking along and my knee would give way for no reason. When I was 44, I made the decision to quit my job, sell my house, and I moved to England. I was only there a year when, after going out for a night bowling with friends, the next morning I couldn't move. Both knees were completely swollen. I was in agony. I couldn't walk. So I had the left knee replaced in October 2007. And I was told that it would be great, that I would be pain-free. I just had to do all the physio, and everything would be wonderful. Afterwards, after the op, I was in extreme pain. It was really bad, and they had to give me like extra painkillers to cope, and they said that they were giving me as much as they could, and they couldn't understand why I was suffering so much. So I did all my physio, did everything I was told to do, and never was pain-free. About 6 months after the op, I had to go to New York with my brother for a family thing, and New York's all about the walking. So was there for 5 days, came back from New York, and I was crippled. Both knees were completely swollen. I was in agony. So I went back to Shepton Mallet. By this stage it was about 9 months after the op. They looked at the knee and they told me that the implant was unstable, and I had to have the whole knee done over again. So I was absolutely gutted. And they said, but look, don't worry, we'll redo it, it'll be absolutely fine, you will be pain-free, we'll do it, use a different implant this time, again, do your physio, you'll be fine. So once more I believed them. February 2009, I had the revision knee. Came home from hospital, again experienced severe pain after the op in the hospital, just crying in agony, wanting more painkillers, not getting them. Shortly afterwards, my shoulders became very painful. Initially, while I'd been diagnosed as having osteoarthritis, after they did the first knee replacement, they said I had a rare disease called PVNS. They said that it's rare, but it only affects knees or hips. After I got the knee done the second time and the shoulders were sore, I realized that that's not right, they've got it wrong. There's something else going on here. And I had a new GP. So I went to her and told her my whole history. The pigmentation started in my eyes. It's in both eyes and the whites of the eyes. So that had started, and also my ears around the same time had started to turn blue. Anyway, I told my new GP everything. Eyes, ears, joints, thyroid, the works. And she said, I think we've got something very unusual here. Let's start at the beginning. I'm going to refer you to a rheumatologist. I went to see the rheumatologist on, I remember it well, the 22nd of November, 2009, and told the guy my whole history. And he looked at me and he said, I think I know what you've got. I just need to take a urine sample. Came back a month later on the 22nd of December 2009, and he said, I was right, you've got Alkaptonuria. Didn't know what to think, but the immediate reaction was relief. I was so pleased that I finally knew what I had, and that I was absolutely convinced that it was the right diagnosis, and everything made sense. I mean, the fact that it was metabolic, the pains in my joints over the years, the thyroid, I figured it all had to be connected. And even the growing pains when I was young, I thought, this all adds up.